Most people get up, go to work, go home, relax, do it all over again. I do too. Kind of. When most people are getting home from work, I still have a marathon to run. After riding 112 miles on a bike and swimming for several more, sometimes I wonder if I'm crazy. But like you have your job, I have mine. I remember it clicked at Oceanside, the half Ironman. I just remember that race triggering it for me, like, whoa. I had outbiked all the pros by, I think it was 6 minutes. Oh wow, I can outride all of those girls. Full distance Ironman triathlon consists of a 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike, followed by a marathon. It's January, it's the start of the season. It's not the picturesque, ideal environment that some people choose to train in. You know, the roads are icy, it's cold outside, but for me, it's huge mentally because I want to be doing everything harder than my competitors, and I feel like I get that here. In my head, I'm thinking to myself, this is more than she's doing. April 1st is my first race for 2017, and it's a race I want to win. I've won it before, but it's also this mindset of Kona is the ultimate goal, and that's in October. How can you get to Kona healthy, uninjured, not burned out, but also enjoy a successful season of 5, 6, 7 other races prior? Stay positive, keep moving forward, despite flat tires, despite cramps, despite hurting, all these things that you're gonna experience in 9 hours or longer. I guess some people call them sacrifices. I don't see them as a sacrifice. It's up to you to get that done. As a professional triathlete, you maybe race 6, 7 times a year. You're working your butt off for 3, 4 months on end for one day. Every second of every day counts. Getting your body and your fitness level and you as an athlete to the highest level you can. Ironmans can be won or lost in your head. It's this constant shift, what you have left, and then asking yourself, what can I put out for the time that's remaining in this race? 60 strokes as hard as you can. You got this. You're stronger than her. 100 40 miles to go. Deep breaths. Just get to the line. She's still coming. Am I giving everything I have right now? Right. Left stay under 25, 40. This is your sport. She's hurting more than you work. How hard can I go? Run my race. Run my race. Run my race. I'll be happy knowing that I gave everything I had trying to get there. The full distance Ironman triathlon, which is a 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike, followed by a marathon, 26.2 miles of running. To get to Kona, which is the World Championship, you earn points by competing throughout the year. For professional women, the top 30 earn a spot. call triathlon a lifestyle sport, primarily because, yeah, it's every day, it's your life. In terms of, off season, you're not really off. November, December are really relaxed. When January 1st hits, that means it's time to really focus in again. At the pool daily, riding, running 3 to 4 times a week. It's not high intensity yet. You're starting to build yourself for the season, get your body ready. So it's this constant battle of how can you get to Kona healthy, uninjured, not burned out, but also enjoy a successful season of 5, 6, 7 other races prior. Nutrition is the 4th discipline in triathlon. It's cliche to say, everyone says it, but it's because it's true. It's an endurance sport. You have to fuel your body for the duration of your event. For me, that's about 9 hours. I need to fuel my body to not only get through 9 hours, but race for 9 hours. So I need to be constantly replacing what I'm losing, and I need to be also preparing for the final 5 hours ahead of me, the 4 hours ahead of me, the 3 hours. So it's a constant battle to replace energy and keep it coming in to fuel me as best I can to race. My relationship with Herbalife, it's way more than just a sponsor. It's friends that I'll have beyond my triathlon career. They hit everything you need as an athlete. Herbalife as a brand also brings with it all the people around the world that use the products, which is crazy because I can go to any community and race a triathlon, and I have built-in fans from the Herbalife community there cheering me on, who I've never met before.
Awesome job!
It really is something that other professional triathletes don't have, and that's amazing. First up this year is Oceanside 70.3. It's basically the season opener in North America. It gets a super competitive field every single year. I just feel like it kind of kicks off the season, and I use it as my benchmark for April 1st. My ultimate goal is to win every race I enter. I want to win Oceanside, I want to win it every single year, but my goal is in October. I put all the pressure on that one day. I actually think I do better on those high stakes days. Yeah, I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for Kona. It's when you do well at a race and the race finishes and you just have the race of your life and you're already like, oh, if only I'd done this. And so I'm already just, ready to try to execute even better.
Something must have happened. Yeah. Yeah, something's wrong.
It's the end of March. Oceanside is this coming Saturday, April 1st. I've been training for about 3 months now, coming off the off season. So I've got about 13, 14 weeks of consistent training under my belt coming into the 2017 season. Oceanside kicks off the race season here in North America. It gets a huge field. It's always super competitive. It is also for me this more special event in the sense that this was where I moved when I first quit my job teaching. I had just met Waddy and he had convinced me to give triathlon a go as a professional.
Yeah, so this little green, like, kind of beach shack right up here is, yeah, that's where Heather and I where we had our first place together. Heather loved it. I mean, she knew we lived on the course. She would, like, we had a side gate here. She'd come out and get down on this run course here, and she'd go back and forth, do lap after lap, and envisioning herself winning the race one day. It was pretty cool. Ironically, I think it was 2 years later she won the race.
Triathlon's definitely not just an individual sport. I mean, it's each person's out there swimming, biking, and running, but for me, Waddy is just as important, if not more important, than my training itself. Waddy's my rock. He literally does all of the little things behind the scenes that people might not think of. He makes it possible for me to just focus on the race. That teamwork, I believe, truly has allowed me to take this sport to another level.
I mean, it's something that I do because I love her, right? And we're a team. I enjoy the racing as much as she does. Like, I think I'm more nervous than she is come race week. You know, it's an emotional roller coaster for us at times, but I mean, that's what I'm there for, to support her and try and be her rock.
Both of us quitting our job at the same time to pursue both of our dreams. We've got each other. It's like, let's do this.
We were so in love, and just like, people say about what we did, like, oh, you guys took all these risks, made all these sacrifices, but I don't know. I didn't really see it as that. I mean, I don't know. I saw it as chasing our dreams, right? And I don't know. I wasn't scared at the time because I had Heather, right? So, I don't know.
I'm excited to race. It's been since Kona, basically, that I've towed a start line, and so I always get those nerves. I get super anxious, but it's good to kind of go through that and kick off the season and get through that first one. And for me, that's what Oceanside is. It is the first big race of the season, so you never know how fit certain girls are. Someone might be here that's extremely fit, like October fit, and they could just come out and absolutely annihilate the fields. You don't know what you're going to see out there. I've been training for about 3 months, coming off the off season. Oceanside is this coming Saturday, April 1st. It is also for me this more special event in the sense that this was where I moved when I met Waddy and he had convinced me to give triathlon a go as a professional. I'm excited to race. It's been since Kona that I've towed a start line.
Welcome to sunny Oceanside. I really appreciate everybody being here this wonderful day. Thank you very much.
You never know how fit certain girls are. Someone might be here that's like October fit and they could just annihilate the fields. You don't know what you're going to see out there.
We're live here at Oceanside, 70.3, first race of the year. Got my wife ready to go for the race. It's always nerves kicking, so we're getting ready to head out to the top of the hill here to give her a split. Come on, hey Shay. Come on. Here she is. Here we go. That's 3:30 to Holly, 3:30 to Holly. Come on, babe. She doesn't look happy. She looks cold.
So we're heading out to where they pop out of the military base here. We'll get her another time split. See if she made any progress. It's early, still got a lot of racing. 50 miles to ride at this point and a half marathon to run, so. We gotta have Holly coming soon. She's the reigning world champion for this distance for 70.3, so yeah, she's gonna be a handful today. Here she comes. Out of the way, Holly, nice job. So that's our leader. So Heather was at 3:18 from that. I hate this part, the waiting part. Something must have happened. Yeah. Yeah, something's wrong. Oh, maybe not. So that's 144. It's 155 to Wortel and that group. Come on, baby, get on it. Okay, nothing. Nothing's wrong, we're good. It's all right. 250 to Heather Wortel's group. Yeah, so having a little bit of a rough day today. It's okay. It's all good. It's all in preparation. So 2nd through 5th are up for grabs still. We'll take one of those. 213, 216. Yeah, so she's like moved up into 5th place. So she's about just under 3 minutes off this 3 chasers. So, but yeah, we got a race. It's good. Hey, babe, listen to me. That's 320 to Salt House. She's 3rd, okay?
It's been a shift for me coming into this race each year because I did used to target this race literally as the one that I wanted to win. My entire season was about Oceanside. Now my goals have shifted. Maybe a race doesn't go as planned. I always have another one coming up to practice. Everything for me is practicing for October. So just to regroup, set a new goal, forget about what just happened, take the lessons you learned from that race day, but it's practice. You're practicing for Kona. I'm excited about the season. I'm excited about the Kona build. I know what I did last year. I know what I need to work on, and I just want to have that 8-week block leading into Kona and give that race a go again. Hi everyone, Heather Jackson here. I just wanted to say thank you for following along this season, and I wanted to check in with everyone and give you a little update of where I'm at in the 2017 season. I was able to take the title at the Peru 70.3.
I just wanted such a huge thank you to Herbalife and all the Herbalife family for welcoming me and all their support out there. And I also just wanted to dedicate the race to those who lost their homes and were displaced. I mean, we get to be out here racing. I'm going to donate all my prize money to those in need here in Peru.
I made the decision to donate all my prize money back to Peru, to go to a place like that that had just undergone the severe flooding that it literally had happened about a week before the race. So I just thought it was the least I could do is just try to give back a little bit for, all the support I received.
The 70.3 Ironman Chattanooga kicked off bright and early. Athletes from all around the globe traveled to the scenic city. Jackson took the title last year, too.
The first one you're obviously always so stoked to defend. I think it's even harder. So, I'm so stoked on today.
I picked Ironman Boulder as the full distance race I would do to validate for Kona. Ultimately, I just had to cross the finish line at the race in order to secure my slot for Kona. I came in second. I was happy with the second and mainly just validating for Kona and securing my slot to be there racing on the Big Island on October 14th. The support I get from Herbalife is indescribable. It's this team of people behind me. They've got the products I need that are helping me progress as an athlete. They're helping me train as hard as I can day in and day out. But it's also this team of people that just truly believe in me. Thank you to everybody for following me on my Road to Kona journey this season. I'm so grateful for Herbalife's support, and I couldn't do this without them.
Hey guys, we're here with Heather Jackson at her house in Bend, Oregon, and we wanted to give you guys all the opportunity to get to know her a little bit. We know you see her in total beast mode on the bike, swimming, running, but we wanted to kind of give you insight into what motivates her, what keeps her going. So I think just to start, maybe kind of explain to people how you got into triathlons.
Yeah, thanks. It's funny, I actually got into triathlons from my parents, so that's pretty cool. I grew up doing all kinds of sports, so I've always been athletic. I've always been super competitive with everything, and played soccer and then ice hockey primarily through college as kind of my main sports. And then it was around when I was graduating from college that my parents did a local triathlon, and I tagged along, and I was just immediately addicted to them. It was completely different than the team sports I had played. And so, it was a nice change, and it was just this challenge that I had never done before. And so, now, obviously fast forward about 8 years, but my parents still race, so that's super cool. They probably race more than I do.
So what would you tell someone that's I'm sitting on the couch right now and there's no way on earth I could swim, bike, then run a marathon? I think you're crazy. What would you tell that person? How do you motivate them to just take the little steps to get going?
I think for a lot of people, it could start out as maybe just the goal to be a bit healthier than you are. So, whether you already do 5Ks or 10Ks, I feel like once you are an athlete or active, or you see the changes that happen to you physically, mentally, when you are living a healthy lifestyle, that it becomes addicting, and then you want that next challenge. So I think to those people that maybe are, on the couch a lot, or they know that they could be healthier, either just going to the gym and seeing those people that are at the gym working out and being active, it is inspiring and motivating, and take that first little step. Maybe it is a 5K, just start with a tiny step, and then I guarantee you, for most people, it's like addicting, and they'll want to step up to that next one.
You want that feeling over and over again. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think what's so cool is like when you were 5 years old, you weren't like, I'm going to go be an Ironman athlete. Like it wasn't something, you just kind of had that passion to be an athlete and were willing to try things that were new. It's not like the same sport your entire life.
Yeah. No, all growing up, it was about ice hockey, and then from a young age. And then I think I was fortunate that my mom was a phys ed teacher, and so she was probably the one that got me exposed to so many sports. I mean, it was, hockey. It was always hockey, but then, in the spring I would be softball or tennis or basketball or soccer, so like I did get that exposure to different things, so I could figure out the ones that I did enjoy the most. So again, to someone that maybe isn't as active now, try something, and maybe if running isn't it, maybe it's for whatever reason not enjoyable, it's not fun, and it's not something you would continue with to stay healthy. There's so many other things out there you could do. Get on a bike or try swimming. Those are obviously triathlon, but I mean, in the winter, if you're somewhere cold, there's skiing, Nordic skiing, skate skiing. I mean, there's so many things to be healthy, be active, and just get yourself moving.
I mean, even for you, as a professional triathlete in the winter, you're not just running and swimming and biking. You'll do a variety of other things.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to switch it up too. Just you tax your entire body, other muscles maybe that you don't get swim, bike, and running. So I've been skate skiing a ton, and that is a hard workout. I think that's harder than the 3 sports that I train. I mean, it's a full body workout, and it's a really hard cardiovascular effort out there if you push yourself. So I've been doing a lot of that. Been doing a lot of gym work, strength work. But yeah, there are so many other, snowshoe running. There's definitely a lot of things to switch things up, get some variety. And
yeah, it keeps you motivated throughout the year because you have a long season. So when do you kind of like start training and finish? What does it look like?
So usually my year runs, the main race for me is in October. And so immediately following that race, I take a pretty good off season, or just like a bit of a mental break. I'll still stay active. I still mountain bike and do some other things, but November and December are usually pretty relaxed. And then for me, it's usually when Jan 1st hits, it's time to focus in a bit. So, and it's like a slow kind of focus, just knowing the goal is October. So, January, I start up really consistently, just ease into things, a lot of base work and strength work. And then my first race is April 1st each year, around that time each year down in Oceanside, California. So usually kick off the year in April, and then it's a long progression, racing 2 to 3 times a month until October.
Cool. And I think one thing you said that was interesting is that even though you have this technical off season, like being active and having a healthy, active lifestyle is just part of who you are. Like you're never just going to sit for 6 weeks and not move or not do anything. And I think that's so common with so many of our athletes. It's just you're always an athlete in your head, right? Even if you're a recreational athlete or a professional athlete, always having that healthy, active lifestyle mentality.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've tried. And I can maybe, sit at home, watch TV all day, eat unhealthy, maybe have a few beverages, and after probably 2 days, maybe 3 days, you don't feel good. You just feel, I'm like, I need to break a sweat, basically. I feel like I need to break a sweat and get all the toxins out and just move the body.
Totally. Well, like you said, it's addictive. Like when you start exercising and living that lifestyle, that's what you want to feel every single day.
Exactly. Yeah, you just feel better, and you're happier, you're more you feel great.
For sure. So your training is pretty intense, right? I mean, we've been here for a week, and I think we're all tired just kind of watching. But you're out there like by yourself, right? And I think so often, like so many athletes the saying goes, like, what do you do when no one's watching, right? And I mean, we've been watching all week, and it's incredible, putting in the miles, putting in the distance, putting in the hours. How do you push yourself when it gets tough, or when it's cold, or, when you're tired? How do you keep going?
Yeah, I'm lucky for a lot of my workouts. I have my husband, Waddy, so that's always great to have the support. But when it comes to those hard workouts, for sure, there are times I definitely am like, this is the last thing I want to do right now, or, this isn't, it's just, I'm not feeling great today, or this isn't going to go well. You can get down and negative. But then for me, it's, I'm in the garage on the trainer, and it's a matter of picturing October in Kona and thinking to myself, you do this now, and that could be you crossing the line first in October for what you're putting in now, or so-and-so is not doing this right now. So a lot of my motivation is just my competitiveness, first off, and just trying to be the best out there. And I use a lot of mental, no one else is doing this, so you push harder than them. Yeah. It will pay off one day.
Absolutely. I think that goes for the everyday person, though, too, right? There's times where training's going to get tough. They don't want to go. Maybe it's a 5K. Maybe they're trying to get to a 10K. Like, they still have to have that same sort of, like, what is your goal? Like, what drives you? Otherwise, it gets boring and can be tough.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. Whether you're a professional or not, it's to get outside every day, especially someone that has a 9-to-5 job every single day, and you have to get out when it's dark out and cold, and it's the last thing you want to do. Just knowing that when it comes to your event or your whatever you're training for, or whatever you're focused on or your goal is, you'll feel so much better when that day comes, knowing all the work and the journey to get there. Even if certain nights are just a slug, usually after something that's after doing some sort of activity or exercise, you feel better. So with that in the back of your head, sometimes I'll be like, give yourself 10 minutes. Usually, even if I feel like it's going to be a horrible workout, I'm just like, just get out the door. If in 10 minutes, this is just pointless, you can turn around. But even just usually 99% of the time, once you get out the door, you're good to go.
For sure. No, I think that's great advice for everybody that gets home and they're like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go do this. And just give yourself a chance.
Yeah, just try it. Yeah, exactly.
For sure. The other thing that you have to do with crazy training schedule is fuel your body properly. So when did you realize nutrition was important as part of your training?
Yeah, it took me a few years in triathlon, definitely. I had quite a few kind of blow-ups in races, some periods where I was getting sick a lot because I just wasn't fueling properly. I was trying to either lose weight, so I would just cut a bunch of stuff, or just I was not in a good spot, I think. Yeah, and so it took a couple years, trial and error, and then just figure out my nutrition. Obviously partnering with Herbal, who has a product for every single point of the day that I need, has been incredible for me. For me, it's a matter of getting up, making sure I'm ready to go for that first training, and then being able to recover after, and then be ready for that next session. And I do that anywhere from 2 to 4 times a day. So just having that, what you need calorically, what you need in terms of protein, carbs to keep you fueled, to give your muscles, the protein to recover after. That's been a huge point of allowing me to just be consistent, which is huge, because you have a big training day and then you don't fuel your body properly or recover, you can't do it again tomorrow. Right. And then you can't do it again the next day. And triathlon's all about literally stacking on the days. So if you get sick and miss a week, you're taking 30 steps backwards. So it's about every day being consistent.
You kind of know a little bit more about how your body is going to respond by putting in the same fuel at the same time.
Exactly. For me, it's just been getting on a pattern, and it works, and I stick to it, and it's been incredible for me.
And you rely heavily on the CR7 drive during your training sessions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I used to, maybe use a less calorically dense mixture. And now all my bottles on the bike are 4 scoops of CR7 Drive, which it's a lot, but as a triathlete, I have to run after. So
Right, for sure.
I have to replace what I'm losing on the bike as well as prepare for the marathon following. So it's definitely an excessive amount, but it works.
No, but it makes sense in the way that that product is built, that it has different types of carbohydrates that use different transporters in your body so that you can actually utilize more carbohydrates than if you just took all your carbs from one single source.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's great for someone like you, but also for the everyday athlete. Their body's still going to metabolize carbohydrates the same way. They just don't need quite as much.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And then post-workout, I know we're keeping you from your shake right now, but you typically, do you have a recipe, a go-to? Without giving away all your secrets.
Usually I'll add some fruit, typically bananas. Bananas are good for me just in terms of potassium, and it's cold here now, but definitely lose a lot of electrolytes, especially in hot weather, training for something like Kona. So a lot of bananas, milk, some peanut butter.
Awesome. Yeah, and I mean, the cool thing with like you using Rebuild Strength is that I think a lot of endurance athletes feel like, okay, well, maybe it has, it's only a 1-to-1 protein to carbohydrates, and I need more carbs. But you can, like you said, add fruit, add banana, add some peanut butter, and it has that minimum threshold of protein. We typically like to have athletes have at least 20 grams post-workout, so it kind of meets that needs, and then you're able to add those carbohydrates that you need to replace for what you lost out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. And I love the taste of it. So.
That's a good plus. Cool. Well, I don't want to take any more time, but it's good to chat and let everyone kind of get to know you and a little bit about your motivation. And I know you're a huge inspiration to everyone that's watching. So just thank you for everything.
Oh, thank you, as always. And just, a huge thank you to the entire Herbalife community for supporting me the past 5 years now. So it's been awesome.
Athletes from all around the globe travel to the scenic
Jackson
city.
took the title last year, too.
The first one, you're obviously always so stoked to defend. I think it's